Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. Ricardo's back online. Woohoo! And that makes our day. So, welcome, brother. Good to have you back. Everybody is doing good, even if we don't understand what that means or anything means these days. But maybe it's all perfect. Maybe all this stuff needs to come out. Everything, everything. And it's not just one person, that's responsible for it. It's the collective. It's this is revealing the collective consciousness, how people are really underneath, and all the things that have been going on that we've been fooled by in all organizations, even the spiritual ones, that there's always been something that is dark and deep, and and it and it's coming out of the surface now because all of that it needs to change. Yeah, don't you think? Don't you think we're due for some light? Don't you think we're due for some reprieve from this delusion, illusion that we're all in? Yeah, so this is why we're here, and thank you for supporting that cause. That the light is the light of the world. We are the light of the world. And that light is always on within us. It's always on in everyone. It's just what is the mask and the repeated energies or frequencies, you can call it, that people are in that is creating this kind of adventure. Let's call it like a Gandalf and Frodo adventure into the Middle Earth. So, my dears, I want to just bring to your attention a few things straight away this morning. And that is this beautiful, well, there's two things operating at once here. Not to mention that we're still in this Aries thing, which is intense, right? I think it's intense, but we get to that in a minute as well. But this is what it feels like for those whose frequencies have dipped a lot. Let me see if I can find it, or maybe I erased it. In all my scrolling, maybe I released it, my dears. Let me see. Yeah, this is what it's like to have our frequency dropped and caught up in the collective, ignorance or just lack of awareness and all that kind of stuff, not to make anyone ever wrong. Unhealed, we could say these are the unhealed people right now. Unhealed people don't listen with their ears. They don't listen with their ears. They listen with their triggers. Mm, kind of that hits home, doesn't it? Unhealed people don't listen with their ears, they listen with their triggers. They don't hear words, they hear their wounds. They turn calm into criticism, honesty into an attack, and silence into abandonment. Every response is shaped by fear, and this is a low frequency. This is a low frequency collective. So no wonder everyone's on edge. No wonder everyone is just ready to just jump at anything and everything they see and hear. Every response is shaped by fear, not understanding. And you're having a conversation, but they're fighting battles with another time. You're having a conversation, but they're in a battle somehow within themselves from another time. No matter how gently you speak, pain speaks louder. That's why healing isn't a luxury. It's a necessity for connection, for clarity, and for peace. So that's one side of things right now. If we keep it simple, there's always two sides, to a coin. And Then there's this side, and this is the side that I think is so important for us right now. And this side says, what does it mean to be filled with the Holy Spirit? So here's the opposite. Here's a high frequency right here. This is beautiful. I love this. Being spirit filled. Spirit filled, Lynn, Lisa. I mean, we already have a boatload, an eternity load of, of being holy in the Holy Spirit consciousness. That's all. It's not far away, you know. We have a boatload. We have an eternity filled with the Spirit. Being spirit filled means living every day under the guidance and power of the Holy Spirit, God through us, Emmanuel, God with us, right? This, here we go. Come back again and again and again to this new human. Our stream yesterday was on the new human. And that's going to continue to be on the new human that has been drugged. Oh, God, that has been drugged and fooled, manipulated, you know, given no attention at all, given no respect. And we've been living like that for who knows how many lifetimes. But anyway, listen, this being spirit filled means living every day under the guidance and power of the Holy Spirit. Anyone interested in that? It's allowing God to transform your heart. Have you asked for some help with that transformation of the heart, my dears? Is your heart, is it concerned, to say the least? Is it worried? Is it in fear? Is it feel like you're gonna lose your little playthings of this world and the way you want to live it because the world is just going upside down? Whatever it may be, ask the Spirit to transform your heart, because your heart needs to be at peace. It needs to be tranquil. It needs to find joy. It needs to be in joy. It needs to be a conduit for love to pass through that heart and into the hearts of all our brothers and sisters, siblings, right? So allow God to transform your heart as you let the Spirit fill you up every day under its guidance and power, and allow God to transform your heart. Guide your decision. Guide your decisions. Let God guide your decision and let his love, joy, and peace overflow through you. My dears, what if that was the only program you're running right now? Is that, again, if you're going to stay in the human side of you, it's going to stay the same. You're going to not feel this Holy Spirit so much. You're not going to feel this overflowed so much. You're going to still be bouncing like a runaway ball that's going downhill at a rapid pace, my dears, on a hill that never ends. So listen, let his love, joy, and peace overflow through you. Isn't that beautiful? Ephesians 5:18 reminds us, do not get drunk on wine. Don't get drunk on your thoughts. Don't get drunk on what someone just said and triggered and so on and so forth. Don't get drunk on wine, which leads to debauchery. Instead, be filled with the Spirit. You know, they call it spirits. They call alcohol spirits, right? So go for the real spirit of the spirits. When we are spirit filled, our lives reflects God's presence in everything we do. The question is, will you accept the Holy Spirit in you? Anyone? Yay? Do we have a bunch of yays in this very esteemed panel of amazing souls that are waking up every single breath? Yeah, there goes Sarah. I love it so, my dears. I love it so. Because here's the dealio in a nutshell. I think that someone wrote the Awakened Souls Collective. They say we are in a frequency war. So we're in a frequency war. We're in a battle, one on one, almost with every human being that is stuck in the cycle of what is happening and buying into it and just don't have their tools sharpened or whatever are the reasons, my dears, that we realize that again this is a frequency war, and only you and me personally are going to go one on one. I mean, if the feet are on the ground, so to speak, our feet are on the ground, that we go one on one with each situation. And what if that no matter what the situation is in your life, no matter what the loved one says or not says, or whatever, that you just have this unbelievable Holy Spirit overflow, my dears, that it's impossible. What if Lynn and Lisa and Jim and Kathleen and Jim and Cami, what if it was impossible for you to be negative these days? What if God graced you? What if the Holy Spirit comes down to you? What if the dove lands on your shoulder today, right? And it's impossible for you to think negative about anyone because it's the furthest thing from your frequency. Your frequency is too high for that now. That's why it's so important that our battle, the battle that is the Armageddon happening between the dark and the light, the good and the bad, the duality dream delusion, that we do our part and we do our part. And that means if you think about somebody during the day, watch those thoughts. That's where the dark side gets you. When you think of someone, you remember the last conversation or something they said, or maybe that they did recently, and you go back to your old mindset about it, and it's not positive. No, we gotta be careful. That's losing the one-on-one. That's losing the battle. So we gotta make sure that each little situation, whether it's a thought, whether it's a situation we're in physically or something that's happened in the past, we gotta we got to wipe the slate clean, my dears. It's got to be only beautiful stuff that's coming, flowing, overflowing, overflowing in you. Oh, my goodness sakes. So we're in a frequency war, and I want to say that plainly, without drama and without the kind of grandiose framing that sometimes surrounds this conversation, because it deserves to be said clearly and grounded in something real. This frequency war we're in. And just know for certain that every system of control ever built, and that's what has happened to our country, the systems were built through generations and decades, with your ancestors and who knows who else. The systems were made, and we came in as little babies thinking, oh, we're in America. I'm going to live in America. I'm going to live in America, and we think, oh, everything's cool. Go to the country club and this and that. And the system was already built, and we just fell right on into it. And this is why us sovereign leaders of ourselves, enlightened leaders of ourselves, are being asked to be feet on the ground, feet on the ground in this battle. Every thought, every feeling, every time your heart goes numb, every time you just want to just go back to bed, forget about the whole damn thing, right? But your soul is still ever calling to you and ever giving you the wherewithal to say, what did Winston Churchill say? Never, 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 ever give up. So every system of control ever built has understood something that most people are only now beginning to recognize, that a human being operating at their full frequency genuinely sovereign, genuinely, genuinely present, and genuinely connected to something deeper than the program that's running. Oh my God is omnipresent. God is everything, everyone, everywhere. God is everything, everyone. I'll tell you all these little songs that I've made over the years just to remember this stuff. So I had my tools. Sharpen your tools is one of Stephen Covey's, one of those this habits for highly successful people. This is to sharpen your tools every day. And I have a little ditty that comes into my mind now automatically and bring me up to the standards, to the gold standard now, this new age golden standard where only the high frequency is re- required of us, only just that high frequency. You don't have the luxury, my dears, of the dips. Wasn't there? You're a dip. Did we say that as kids? We're a dip. Anyway, we don't have that luxury anymore, okay? You understand what I'm saying, right? That we need to be a human, the new human operating at their full frequency, genuinely sovereign, genuinely present, genuinely connected to something deeper that the program running on the surface of this culture is essentially ungovernable. We are ungovernable. Thank goodness. Gracious, Aloysius us. We are ungovernable because we are rooted. We are rooted because we are a tribe. And this is a heck of a great tribe. I don't care if there's two of us, two or more, says Christ. And there I am in the midst of them. Well, we're more than two every single day. So thank you for that, my dears, because we've come to battle. We've come to battle the rest of our days, you know that, but it's a beautiful battle. We'll have our own battle song of the Republic. We'll have our own little victory marches and victory dances, and and the overflow of the Holy Spirit flowing through us, and watching other souls become obsessed with that higher frequency because they've been so without it for so long. So there's something deeper that has us operating genuinely in those areas I just said. I can at least pronounce it right now: genuinely sovereign, genuinely present, and genuinely connected to something deeper than the program running on the surface of this culture is essentially ungovernable. The only one governing you is you, my dears. Nobody else has a say in the matter. Oh, there is one, and that's the one, the invisible one, the intangible one, the one that's always the one in you, in me, in everything, everyone, across the board. So essentially ungovernable. We're not aggressive. We're not resistant. We're just ungovernable. Don't you love that? In the quiet and complete way, my dears, that a tree rooted deep enough in good soil is unmoved by weather that would flatten everything else around it. That's how ungovernable we are. We're like a tree rooted deep enough in good soil to be unmoved by weather that would flatten everything else around it. There we are, still standing, singing our song, the new song of the new republic. How's that? And so the management, my dears, I love this. So the management of human frequency. I used to say um, a lot: personal energy management, PEM, PEM, personal energy management. And this is dang near the same, almost the same words. And so the management of human frequency, PEM. personal energy management. In this case, personal human frequency management. They're saying that so the management of human frequency now has always been a primary project of the systems that benefit from compliance. So there was used negatively. They were used negatively, this frequency to get drop it, to drop. I mean, look at all the voting. You would have thought that America, I'm gonna live in America. What are they doing? What are we doing? Right? You would have thought that they would, but anyway, whatever that is, it is. And so the management of human frequency has always been a primary project of the systems. The negative folks got it that benefit from compliance, where people just go along because they're too busy with their pleasures. They're too busy with their entitlements. They're too busy trying to make money. They're too busy, trying to tear down this and tear down that because they're just so frustrated, man. Well, I wonder if this is a time in history that is the most frustrated time ever. Right? Oh my God, I want to read you before we end too today. Something the astrology. Yeah, we're still on this Aries week, my dears, and it's growing. It's intense. It's intensifying, I should say. All right. So let's just be ungovernable in the quiet and complete way that a tree rooted deep enough in good soil is unmoved by weather that would flatten everything else around it. And so the management of human frequency has always been a primary project. And I read this already, didn't I? It's always been a primary project for those that are playing with the dark side. Fear lowers frequency. Sustained uncertainty lowers frequency. Division lowers frequency. The manufactured outrage that cycles through every news feed and every social platform, the constant churn of crises after crises that gives the nervous system that keeps the nervous system in a permanent state of low grade emergency is lower frequency. Not safe, not certain of anything. All of it is frequency management by the dark side, by the empires. The empire strikes back, often just the emergent result of systems optimized for engagement, which turns out to be the same thing as systems optimized for anxiety. But the effect is identical regardless of the intent. Systems that just want to make people really nervous and anxious. And here's what that means for the ones who are awake to it. You ready? You ready for this? The most strategically significant thing you can do right now, Lynn Adams. You with me? The most strategically significant thing that you, Lynn Adams, myself, and everyone on this line, and all our brothers who are seeking a higher frequency, the most strategically significant thing you can do right now is not the loudest thing. It is the most visible thing. It's the inner work, the healing, the daily practice of clearing what isn't yours and returning to what is. As soon as you have a thought of anybody, anything, it's God's light. It's God's light. It's not a person going through the struggles, not a person who's really dark and angry and mad and boisterous and loud and shouting and screaming. No, we got it. Everything is God. This is God's cinema. Yogananda says, this is God's cinema. Look to the being that's projecting these shadows on the screen of time and space. The daily practice of clearing what isn't yours. Clearing, whatever you want to say. Delete, clear, clear, clear. I just cleared a lot of things that I had deleted. And it was so many when I went back, I no, it just it almost shut down my computer. There were so many deleted items. Delete, delete, delete. So we need a really good delete system now. one of the finest that you've ever come up with for yourself, my dears. Yeah, catch it, catch it. Every moment is priceless. Every moment is absolutely incredibly significant right now on our planet. Don't get fooled. Don't get fooled. And we're still edging out, thinking that I keep telling Trish, when are we going to get those things that you can drink out of and and this and that? And she's so intuitive. She just says that just wait. And she says, and just wait, and I'm just going to wait. But all I see in my algorithms are these things that we can drink, gallons and gallons of the ugliest water, and it lasts for a year. I'm going, get me one of those because I'm an Aries full flung. So I want to react and I want to anyway, you know what I'm saying, my dears. So, but our daily practice of clearing what isn't yours and mine to begin with and returning to what is the shadow work that means you know your own darkness well enough. Do you know your shadow work well enough, your darkness well enough that it cannot be weaponized by someone else's agenda? Really important. The commitment to staying present and grounded and genuinely yourself in a landscape specifically designed just for you, darling, to keep you reactive, distracted, and slightly less than whole. A person who has done her work is not passive. They are a node. This is cool. Ryan, Lynn, you heard the word node in a while, Node. A person who has done their work is not passive. They are a node. Whatever it is, this is on the good side, my dears. They are a node in a living network of frequency that is shifting the field around it constantly in ways that have nothing to do with followers or reach or any metric or platform can measure. You don't win frequency war by fighting, my dears, at a frequency of the opposition. You win it by refusing to descend. Dip, can't dip no more. We had that luxury and we blew it. Every human has had blown their chances, but we have always with God, not just one second chance, but an infinite supply of second chances. It's just that if you keep blowing it, you're going to be so despaired that you won't remember to stay on this divine love train that we're on together, and all that help we get from being together, being a tribe. So we don't win the frequency war by fighting at a frequency of the opposition. You win it by refusing to descend, to dip, by holding the signal steady when everything around you is engineered to bring it down. Everything is engineered. That delusion is so strong, Yogananda said. He said that even God shudders at creating it. In this case, giving Divine Mother the permission to run her Maya delusion, duality dream delusion. You win it by refusing to descend and dip, by holding the signal steady when everything else around you is engineered to bring it down, by being so genuinely rooted in who you actually are that the noise simply has nowhere to land, bounces off you. That is the work. That is the contribution. That is enough. So finally they say, hold the frequency, Narayan. Hold the frequency, Lynn. Hold the frequency, Lisa and Jim, Kathleen, and Ricardo. Come on, my brother. Hold the frequency, my man. If you have to crawl, what did Rumi say? If you can't run to the light, just crawl to the light. So crawl to this stream. We need each other. We forget how we can dip so easily, right? And then that is a bad habit. That's a thing that's been happening for so many lifetimes. It's easy to dip. And it's a little bit more strategic now, a lot more strategic to lift. We want to lift instead of dip, okay? So hold the frequency, not for a mission, not for a mission or a cosmic appointment or anyone else's narrative about what this moment requires. No, but for the simple, sovereign, deeply personal reason that it is who you actually are. That's rather personal. That's rather up close and personal. That's the reason, because we want to know who and what we really are made of, let's say, who we are. And that is more than this, that is more than sufficient, my dears. Says the next war is being fought right now, and you are the soldiers. You were sent down from the higher realms, Lisa, Jim, Milo, to end this negative timeline. We are in a spiritual war that will be won by your frequency. And what does Yogananda says? Every day in every way I win the battle. In every day, in every way, I win. I win. All right. So if we each do that, holy cow, Batman and Batwoman. And now, if I can find one little update, my dears, if you don't mind hanging out with me, I have so many little things to share with you. But let me pick one. I read you some already. I could give you the new moon in Aries. Aries. I'll do that as a final. Okay, so hang with me. The new moon in Aries. All right. But this gives you a little indication of what these energies are. Saturn conjunct Neptune for the first time is happening today, this week. Saturn conjunct Neptune for the first time since 1989 when the Berlin Wall fell and we reached the final chapter of the Cold War. Uranus goes fully into Gemini, or Uranus was last transiting through Gemini during World War II. Every planetary body from Jupiter to Pluto will be in a fire or air sign for the first time since late 2002, early 2003. This is going to accelerate the pace of change globally. Mars conjunct Saturn in Aries for the first time since 1998. Neptune fully enters Aries. Last time was the Civil War. That's a pretty good lineup, huh? That says it right there. You don't have to understand it. And then I'm going to end with this transmission, the new moon, Aries, in inevitable karmic reset begins. Did you get that, Narayan? Inevitable. That means it's happening, no matter what you think or want. Your soul is currently moving through a karmic reset that is accelerating. My dears, remember the fire horse year? Accelerating your life with more force, more courage, and deeper action than ever before. Wow. Aries, go, guys, go, girls. What has been delayed can no longer remain where it is. It just can't. It can't just sit there. We can't just dip and stay dumped. Dip and dumped. We just can't anymore, my dears. It's been hidden. It's where it is. It's been delayed, can no longer remain where it is. And what has been hidden begins to reveal itself through sudden truth. Oh my God, here comes the truth. I'm saying that because it's so ridiculous, right? Because we so mask it. And then you say, oh, here it comes, finally. Powerful attraction synchronicities are coming. Powerful attraction synchronicities and unmistakable signs of alignment. OMG. You may feel this energy building quickly and intensely as if your feelings can no longer deny. See, it's coming on us, my dears, so much so that we can't deny it. We can't let it sit and dip, right? We can only kind of just we'll get to the bottom of this. You'll have the answer to it. You may feel this energy building quickly and intensely as if your feelings can no longer deny what is coming, and your life is being redirected by someone or something greater. That's what it said on that thing about the Holy Spirit. Something greater. Someone, something greater is being redirected by, you're being redirected by someone or something greater. Little game of hide and seek with the divine beloved, my dears, right? There's someone or something greater than your consciousness is now ready to recognize. Oh, stay in the divine arms, my dears. There's no place else to go. Let the divine take over from here, if not already. This is not a time of standing still. This is a time to move, to choose, to trust, and step toward what feels deeply real. From, from darkness to light, oh divine beloved, lead us from the darkness to the light, from the unreal to the real, from death into immortality. This is not a time of standing still. This is a time to move, fire horse. Choose, trust, and step toward what feels deeply real. What is truly aligned will begin drawing nearer to you with clarity and momentum, while what no longer belongs on your path will drift away. How is that? Drift away. But everything else is coming to us right now. It keeps coming to us. There's so much joy happening. It keeps coming to us. It's the happiest day of our lives. It's the happiest day of our lives. And there's so much love coming to us. There's so much joy, light beaming down. There's so much love. That's it. So listen, let's do if you want to come on and show your beautiful, uh, to share your beautiful frequency, Kathleen. That a girl. Go, girl, go, guy. Here we go. Maybe we'll get to see even our buddy that came on earlier. Inhale the breath. Oh, the om felt around the world. Let's go again, my dears. Just let it, this overflowing, overflowing. Everything beautiful and wonderful and truthful and real is overflowing. Oh, thank you for that. And now you have these most amazing God glasses, man. What a gift that God gave to you. Gave me your glasses to you. So we love, and we see through the eyes of love, and we care. Oh yeah, we care. Everything is sacred. Everything is this God light, everything's sparkling in truth. So it doesn't matter where you look and what you do and people you see, everything is the same. My dears, it's the same God presence everywhere. So it kind of simplifies our practices, doesn't it? to know that we're in an omnipresence of God's presence. Yeah. So let's shine. Let it shine. This little light in mine, as Sarah sang so beautifully the other day. Let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Thank you, my dears. There's Ricardo. Ricardo, man, we sent you so much love, man. I hope you felt it. I hope you have felt it. And I'm going to turn on my, just a little bit, I'm going to turn up my volume in case somebody has something to say to Ricardo. Dude, where were you, man?
I've been going through some transition
Yeah, I bet.
and trying to find my path, and a lot of late nights, so it's been a little difficult to make it in here at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I get you.
But yeah, just a lot of searching. I'm still searching for Van, and kind of redirecting. All my energies are being redirected all by themselves, and I felt the calling to be here this morning and heard exactly what I needed to hear,
Perfect.
and that my energy is being pulled so many different directions, and music has always been a priority, and all of a sudden my love for music is just even falling aside because of this pull to be on the front lines to be making a difference right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I'm not going to just stand by and watch what's happen to our oceans and to our forests. And I'm a free agent right now,
There you
and
go.
I'm going to the front lines. That's my purpose. If there's a tree that they're going to cut down, I'll climb up in it. If there's
Have to,
you know, they're going to start drilling for oil, I'll jump in the hole first. Whatever it takes.
all right.
I'm kind of on a mission.
Yeah.
So,
Is that you? Is that you, Kathleen, singing? I mean, not, I mean, Narayan, is that you singing? I think it's kind of sounding
That
like,
might be me.
oh, it might be you. It's you. I could tell you. I could tell. A little song for Ricardo. Thank you, Ricardo. Thanks.
Just not
Anytime. And you can always look
me.
at one of these reruns. I mean, in worst case scenario, just put yourself in the energy of something that just can just take you a little, even a little bit, out of the whatever. And
yeah.
yeah,
No, I'm trying to keep it positive, and I know that the end result is a positive, and I'm
right.
planning on spending a lot of time in the ocean, and now they're talking about drilling in the oceans again, and
Yeah,
it's just the same old battle we've been battling. I've been battling for 40 years.
yeah,
It's important right now,
yeah,
that we stand up to these monsters that want to destroy our planet.
yeah. Well,
That's kind of a lot of my music festivals have fallen off of my calendar and turned into activation, activities to go make a difference instead.
okay,
So it's
cool.
just
All right.
prioritizing.
Thanks
I'm
for the update.
prioritizing.
Well, you got the love of all our hearts behind you, man. So bring that into the fray with you when you
I will stay in
jump
touch
in
for
it.
sure.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you again for today's message.
You're so
That's,
welcome. It's so
that's
great to see you.
exactly.
So great to see you. You're always missed. Anyone it doesn't come, they're missed. But absence makes the heart grow fonder. So that's the plus there. So
Well, nice to know
anybody
you're
else?
here.
Yeah, thank you. Everyone else is good. Narayan, where did you hide from? Where did you go? I guess she's not near her. Yeah. And Lisa, Jem, there's Lisa. She's sending her love. Tara always sends her love. That's all she does. Can you imagine that woman? All she does. Radiate love to the world. Ooh, Lynn Adams is doing her magic. She's just got all this magic in her, and she just brings so much joy to people. I think Lynn Adams is a is full of joy. Yep. And Sarah, you got it going, girl. You're rolling with the light. You're rolling with the light in the light. You're rolling in the light. So, and Kathleen, you're good to go. You're good to go with that news we heard yesterday or the day before. So happy for you. That's another thing. Just be happy for people. Just be happy that they have everything. God presence, abundance, everything. God, it just works like magic. All we got to do is just hold that consciousness for them. So, and we do that with ourselves here. That's why you come back. I think more than anything else, it's just because we have a camaraderie. We have a camaraderie. Yeah. Yeah. Together. All right. So we're good, everybody? Yep. All right.
Namaste.
Namaste. Love you all.
Peace to
Hold
you,
the
my dear.
frequency. Hold the frequency. All right. Love you. See you tomorrow. Appreciate you. Toodles with oodles of love, y'all. Okay.